Hey everybody, welcome back. Today, as of uploading this and recording this, is Pokemon Day. So, happy Pokemon Day, everybody. And this is going to be just a quick unscripted video because I was busy this week and I didn't really have time to put together what my couple past previous videos have been. So if I stutter through this or whatever, this is all just kind of off the top of my head, unscripted, and everything else like that. So I kind of wanted just to kind of go over what happened during the Pokemon Presents, and I don't know, I thought that would be kind of fun. This is going to be kind of late, so every other major YouTuber has kind of already talked about what happened there. So yeah, I think let's just get into it. There were some exciting things that happened here. The Pokemon Concierge, yeah, okay, cool. All these little stuffs at the beginning, I'll just kind of briefly go over. It's a cool art design. Remember, this is a game made for kids, so or game as an like a company tailored towards kids. So this is clearly a kid series. I like the stop motion stuff. It looks really good. Like that fur, it looks actually really good. So let's keep going. I'm not into Pokemon Go that much, so I don't know how big that is. The tour, Shiny Meloetta, Victini, pretty cool stuff. I saw this bait out a lot of people because they thought primals were coming back or something, and yeah, it's Pokemon Masters EX 5.5-year anniversary, so you know that. Pokemon Cafe Remix, fun little cute game. Pokemon Sleep, I had it downloaded for a little bit, and now it's just I don't know. I think I deleted it within like the first couple days. I don't think I ever really used it. Cool stuff there. Pokemon Unite I haven't picked up in a while, but Suicune seems pretty cool. Yeah, new game mode. I'm very interested in this. I barely got into like the new decks, or like the Palkia Dialga one, and so now there's the Arceus one, which honestly looks really cool. Yeah. Big announcement here. Mega's coming back to the actual TCG is pretty cool. Yeah, Mega Lucario and Mega Gardevoir, I think. Yeah, there it was. Pretty cool stuff. Yep. So, Scarlet and Violet stuff. Pretty cool. And then this is where it starts like ramping up, which is insane. They show off all these different battle things here, and you know, I was like, what in the world? And they show it with you playing as this double battles here on the phone first, and it sends it over to somebody playing on the Switch. And yeah, I was kind of confused at first, but it honestly does look like it's like Pokemon. What was it for the Wii? It showed it previously, but it was like Pokemon Battle Revolution. It's just a battle simulator. So like Showdown? Yeah, this right here. It showed this, and that's what I honestly kind of think it's going to be like. So a lot of people have speculated. That it's going to be a Pokemon Showdown, supported by Pokemon, where you can build your Pokemon in this Pokemon Champions game, and you can potentially, EV train and IV train just by a couple clicks of the button, rather than do, full on training in game. And that would be really, really, really nice, because I personally don't have the time and the resources to EV train my things, or my Pokemon. And that's why any content I make, it's on Pokemon Showdown, because it's easy. I can test there. I could do this all at the click of my computer. I could do other things while I'm, clicking buttons to EV train, IV train. I don't have to wait through cutscenes. I don't have to go grind for stuff in game. That's just crazy to me. Like, if that is the case, I am holding out hope that is the case. I just am very wary that like that's actually how this is going to work, because if we keep going here, it's this whole graphic about Pokemon Home. I think they did say yes, you won't be limited to using Pokemon you could partner up with in Champions. So at first when I saw this graphic, I was like, okay, so you're going to have to transfer Pokemon here into here, but it sounds like there's some way that you're gonna get Pokemon in Pokemon Champions. I don't know. I think I hope it functions like Pokemon Showdown. If it functions like Pokemon Showdown, that is huge. And then they just update it throughout the years, so then you could just use this to play VGC, and that's what a lot of like the big VGC players like Wolf, Aaron Zhang, and like a bunch of these other people that are big in the VGC community are like, oh my gosh, this could get so many more players to VGC, which is crazy because the EUIC just this past weekend, this past weekend had 1,400 players in it. So these tournaments are growing and already. And so imagine a game where it's very minimal effort to actually get a battle ready team for VGC tournaments. I could see that just skyrocketing, and I'm very excited for it because then I can now put less time into building the team and put more time into figuring out how to actually go to these tournaments now, because I've yet to go to a regional. I would love to. It just takes a lot of time, and I have to get a lot of confidence in a team, but I can't build that in game without taking all this time. So I'm very excited for it, but I'm also cautious. I am very cautious about it. I don't know if it's truly going to be like, what they're saying. Then they talk about the localizations, which is really good. Get more people involved in their native language. I think that's spectacular. And clearly it's not hurting the value of what Legends ZA is going to be, because we get gameplay trailers and people are like, there's people that are always going to be like, oh, it sucks. Oh, this blah, 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 blah. Or, oh my God, it looks really good. I think it personally looks good because, so the problem with Scarlet and Violet was there was no, or it looked pretty good except like the performance issues. I think graphic, like how it visually looked without performance issues, I thought it looked pretty good. Like character designs, everything else like that. If this game carries over how Scarlet and Violet looked with no performance issues, I think this is going to be a very, very, very good game. And so, because the Pokemon and stuff look the same. I know in a lot of times people, will look at the trees, look at the grass. This is all not final, but I mean, honestly, it looks pretty good for a Pokemon game. Of course, it's not going to be like the actual stuff, like, when I say actual stuff, I mean like these, like say GTA 6, for example, right? Like people are expecting this to look like real life because it's taken, so many years and everything to between GTA games, and it's made by a company that has put out a higher quality stuff than Pokemon, because Pokemon should be more focused on the Pokemon themselves and like how it plays. So like the gimmicks, the terrestrialization, the megas, whatever. So I think visuals come second. And if I don't, whatever, if it doesn't look great, that's fine. 2 Johto starters and Tepig. I'm choosing Totodile. And so now the topic is: are they going to get megas? Are they going to get regional forms? I have no idea. I literally could not tell you. I would hope maybe megas, because this is taking place in. Yeah, I'll say that comment for the end. Yeah, more starters. Catching mechanic is about the same as Legends Arceus, but it looks like it's been improved. One of the biggest things that you saw in this trailer is, I think it was with this Flaffy later. I'll get to this in a second. Okay, maybe not. Or maybe the Flaffy was back a little bit. But it was basically you could like knock out the Pokemon, then catch it. So that's interesting. That's never really been done, I don't think, before. And then the way battling works is something I also want to talk about too. So let's get through the rest of this. Megas back. We did not see any new Megas. Cool. That's fine. Is that where we saw... Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah, so that's fine. It's whatever. So, yeah. Okay. I'll talk about this first. Let me talk about this. I think that the I feel like the appeal last time for Legends, especially if you're saying the Legends term, was that it was in the past. And so when the teaser trailer for this dropped last year on Pokemon Day, I was thinking that this was going to be the like how Lumio City was built, and there was some drama between you know people in the past. It was like the 3,000 years ago, the weapon and whatever. But it seems like, and it's undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment. So, leading me to believe that this takes place after X and Y, most likely in the future, because I remember in X and Y you had the Holocaster, which that's how you did calls and everything, and it had some sort of thing that's like this, but it didn't seem like it was like a full body thing. So it definitely some time has passed since X and Y, and I just don't know how it's going to tie into the whole Legends aspect, especially because since Legends Arceus was in the past, this seems to be in the future. Uh, but we'll see. That's not too worried. I'm not too worried about that. But what I am intrigued about is the battle. So yeah, and then AZ looks like he got a little rework there. I remember him in the past looking all, you know, uh, whatever, but old. That was the word I was looking for. Looking all old, but now he looks a little bit more dapper because he got his Floette, which is, let's see. He'll be crucial to the story at somehow. But I just thought that in the original game, he only lived that long because he wasn't reunited with his Floette. So when I played X and Y, I thought after AZ, when he got reunited with Floette, I thought he would just die of happiness. I don't know. So it's interesting to see him living on. Clearly the villains. So wild areas, wild zones, yeah, that makes sense. It's going to be, I just wonder if there's going to be like loading in between this, or if it's truly, truly going to be open world. Like Legends, Legend Arceus, they didn't have the whole open world aspect quite figured out because there were loading zones in between them. But if it's anything like Scarlet and Violet, then it's going to be improved. And yeah, you could just walk right through these, and maybe you have to have a certain level or certain whatever mechanic to get into the next zones here. But yeah, yep, battles. I think the UI looks good. This is what what I would like to talk about for my last remarks here. This here looks like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I played that game. I played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 after Pyra and Mithra got announced for Smash Bros. I had no idea who they were, so I looked into it and I bought Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and I played it. And how that game works for anybody that hasn't played it is you get there's automatic hits, and then your moves, and basically it looks like exactly like this. It's like a 1, 2, 3, and 4 hit harder depending on how, and they have to charge longer by how many auto hits you get, and then you can use them, and then they go down and they recharge. This looks exactly like how it plays in there. This over here is more Pokemon. This over here is more Xenoblade 2. I really enjoyed Xenoblade 2. I don't think there's going to be auto hitting in this. I'm not sure. I don't know how this all charges and everything. So I don't know if they just like tackle each other and then this like goes up. I don't know. But I really like that too. I'm just worried about the mechanic of there's later in this trailer, they show this. And basically Tepig, I'm going to try and go frame by frame here. Tepig does rollout, okay? And then the player moves out of the way, and Totodile also moves out of the way. So I'm just wondering, I'm going through here. Okay, so I guess it just follows the trainer. So it was kind of like that in Xenoblade 2, where you, as Rex, and then whatever blade you had out, kind of followed you. But it was more worried about you getting hit. So I'm wondering how it's gonna work, because it doesn't look like you have full control of Totodile. So it's like, what happens if, I wonder how much like lag there is, not lag, but latency there is of between you moving and then your Pokemon moving out of the way. Yeah, I just don't know. And so, and it looks like there's this little circle that moves here. Okay, maybe that shows the time maybe in what it does. Oh, how many frames? Oh, that's not the right one. How many frames was that? Let's see. I don't know. It looked like maybe like oh gosh. Whoa. Okay. I don't know. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this type of reaction content, I guess. But you know what I mean. I think I made my point. I'm curious. I like the style. I really do. Especially if it's just for this game. But I'm just curious about how smooth the dodging is going to be, and how like if you like auto hit, or how this all works. I don't know. Stealth Rock, that was definitely, it was used as like a protect almost. That like it was like Spiky Shield. It set up Stealth Rock, and the Talonflame came in and hit the Stealth Rocks and KO'd. So it's like ZA, or it's like Arceus, where you do all this. You do all the oh gosh, what am I saying? Where it like the Stealth Rocks had a different thing. I think it was it like did like chip damage after every turn or something like that. But there's no strong style and agile style, which honestly I'm fine with. It's no longer turn based, and I'm kind of okay with it. Like that, it seems pretty good. Yeah, Megas. It just, and so I noticed this while watching it too. It's Megas have a time limit, which is weird. I mean, yeah, I get it, because I mean, if you, I just wonder how much the damage boost is really. You get, there's these plus symbols right next to them, so clearly you get a damage boost, but it's apparently only for a certain amount of time. And then I wonder if that's only a once per battle, or you have to wait for it to charge back up, or maybe if you can only let it charge maybe up to like this one, then you can use Mega Evolution for that much. I don't know. Yeah, and so that's about it, and it's coming late 2025. My prediction is November 22nd. I don't know, that just sounds right. But yeah, it's definitely a holiday launch, so that's pretty cool. And then you get this teaser. Literally have no idea what it is for, but apparently it's probably going to be for like the main like plot of the game, main battle mode of the game. I don't know. So overall, I think this Pokemon Presents did really well, especially if Pokemon Champions is like Pokemon Showdown, and then Pokemon ZA is basically the mixture between Scarlet and Violet, Xenoblade 2, and it has a, I mean, because like these games are definitely story driven. I really don't, we're at a point, you know, like once you're older, you don't really care about the story of the Pokemon games and like the main series, because as it is for me as a competitive player, I like rushing through the game, not really caring about the story, so then I can try to get, you know, teams made to go battle online. But if we're trying to move away from that for Pokemon Champions, then we can actually get a good story again. But we'll see. I don't know. Overall, I think it was a pretty good direct. Everybody else seems to think that. I just wanted to get a video out this week, and I thought, you know, since this was today, that it would have been a good time to, you know, share my opinions and everything. But next week there'll be more battles, and yeah, I've been watching the channel grow slowly over these past few weeks, and I am very, very appreciative, especially the people who stay and watch till the end. Please like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you feel that you would like to do. I like seeing the channel grow, and yeah, I think that's it today. So I will see you guys in the next video. Please have a good day. Happy Pokemon Day.